This is what I will consider as my OP constructor build, centered around traps, damage, uh, base healing, base damage, things like that. This is not a constructor build for things like your decoy, or for Rosie, or for your plasma pulse, or for explosives. This is set it and forget it kind of. I'm going to put my base down, I'm going to run away, and my objective is going to stay intact. It's going to heal itself, and it's going to kill things that touch it. So it starts with Power Base Kyle to heal structures 11% of their max health every 10 seconds. So this is really important. Things are going to take damage, but we need them to heal back as quickly as possible. So you get tier 3 of something, it's going to take some damage. The enemies typically, they don't come in continuous streams, they come in bursts. So you get a big burst, the base kills most everything, it takes some damage, and then it has a second or so, it has a little bit of time to heal, and this allows that base to heal back to full quickly. And then supercharged traps to increase the damage that the traps that you do place can do. Lofty architecture to increase the building health. So you've already got tier 3, and then you're going to add this onto it, another 28% of building health. So it's really going to help keep those walls strong. Frozen Castle to snare the enemies. So you've got your floors out. This is going to slow everything down by 15%. It's going to allow the other traps that you have there, like maybe you've got gas traps above it or ceiling electric fields above it. This is going to slow those enemies down 15% to allow all that other damage that's around it to take more effect, or to deal more effective damage. Mega Base to get it one more tile out. And fully contained, enemies that melee those structures are going to take back 15 base damage. So when they're up against that wall and they're hitting it, they're actually going to get damage hit back to them. So inevitably they're going to get to that last wall, but this is going to help get that. They're probably going to have taken damage from gas traps or ceiling electric fields or floor traps, whatever, wall darts, cannonballs now. But this is going to give them give the base itself some way to kind of fight back at those enemies. And then electric floors, this is going to deal damage as well to the husks as they're walking across the floor. So this is huge. You almost don't need to put traps on the floors because you have this. Of course you're going to, but this is great. And then gadgets, I just have the traditional slow field and banner. Because with this build, I can't really kill much of anything myself, and I die all the time trying to run around the base, taking care of it, especially in the very first waves of something like a retrieve the data. When the balloon drops, you still have some area that you need to finish building. This, the slow field, and the banner significantly help in that, getting the base finished. Now, some people might wonder, why are you not using, let's say, let's see, where did that go? Feel the base. So we actually did some testing earlier today. Feel the base goes out in a straight line. It does not go 360 degrees. So if you have the base positioned one tile high off the ground, the explosion that happens from this goes straight out. It doesn't actually go in a 360 degree radius, so it doesn't do anything because not many husks are taller than one tile. That works great if you put your base on the bottom floor, but a lot of times that's not the case. So especially retrieve the data, you're typically putting the base right on top of the objective. So it's not really doing a lot. So that's why I've taken this one out. I think it's if they change the way it works, I could see it being a lot more effective. But that's why in this particular build I'm not using it, and I've swapped that. I did have it in there, but I swapped it with Megabase to get one extra tile, because that's really going to help extend that base out for one extra tile to get one extra, 360 degrees of one extra tile of electric floors or lofty architecture and all these great things that are in this build. So that is what I consider the OP constructor build that I've got working on now.